Hey everyone, this is the Chapter 2 review for geometry. Okay, so we'll start with number 1. A, what is the slope of a line parallel to this line? Okay, so keyword here would be parallel, and we need to know that if the lines are parallel, then they have the same slope. So what is the slope of the line parallel? The slope would be the same as the one that's given to us, so it'd be 2/3. And then B, what is the slope of a line that's perpendicular to this? So again, we're looking at the slope, but it's not going to be the same. The slope is when we have to flip them. So that 4/7 becomes 7/4. And we have to do the opposite. So since this is negative, this has to be positive. So our answer would be, the slope would be 7/4. Letter C, which line is parallel to this line? And same thing, we have to find the one that has the same slope. So the slope is 3/8. So if it's parallel, then it's going to have the same slope. So we're looking at this one. This would be the answer. Number 2, find the area of each figure. Okay, so this one is a composite shape, meaning it's made up of 2 shapes. So I'm going to go ahead and split this up like this. So I have a rectangle at the bottom and a rectangle at the top. And so the bottom one is going to be 15 by 8. So the first one is going to be base times height, 15 times 8. So 15 times 8 is 120. So that's 120 inches squared. And then the second one, I have to figure out what this is from here to here. And I know that this whole thing is 15, and I know this part of it's 10. So that means the rest of this has to be 5 inches. And then I also know that this is 8 because these are both 8 and the whole thing is 12, so that has to be 4 inches. So this rectangle is 5 by 4, or 5 times 4, which is 20 inches squared. If I add these together, I get my total area, which is 140 inches squared. Okay, letter B, this is a triangle. The formula for a triangle is base times height divided by 2. And the base and the height are perpendicular to each other. So 8 is the base and 3 is the height. So 8 times 3 divided by 2 is 24 divided by 2, which is 12 centimeters squared. That's the area. Letter C, if I turn my paper this way, it's easier to see. This is a parallelogram. So the formula is base times height. And the base is here, 13, because the height is here, which is 9. So 13 times 9, 117. This little symbol here is feet. So it's feet squared. Okay, letter D, this is a trapezoid. The formula is add the bases together, divide by 2, multiply times the height. So this base is 11. This base is 8, divide by 2, and the height is 6. So 19 divided by 2 times 6. 19 divided by 2 times 6, 57. So this is 57 meters squared. Don't forget to label with the square units. Okay, we're looking at this triangle on letter E. Okay, so it's an obtuse triangle because this angle is obtuse. but these little dotted lines are not part of the triangle that we're finding the area for, but we know that the height is sometimes outside the triangle, which is the case in this one. The height of this is 10. The base is just going from here to here. So the base is 16, the height is 10, and we're dividing it by 2 because that's the area, base times height divided by 2 if we're looking at a triangle. So that's 160 divided by 2, which is 80. And then because it's not labeled, we're going to say units squared. Okay, F, another triangle, base times height divided by 2. Here's my perpendicular line right here. So that means that this and this are my base and my height, because my base and my height have to be perpendicular to each other. So we're going to use 10 times 8 divided by 2. So we're going to do 80 divided by 2, which is 40 units squared. So this one, you have to figure out which one's the base. We're not using 18 and we're not using 15. We could turn our paper around and see that the base and the height are the ones that are perpendicular to each other.